Hi, my name is Dominic Martin,
Hello, I'm Nicola.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex.
and welcome to
Before you say I do.
Before you say I do.
Before You Say I Do.
Hey you guys, how y'all doing? Yo, we are back. We are back with another video. And again, I am always so very excited because the information we're receiving is so good. Yo, I know this series was gonna be good, but like I just didn't know it to be that good. And I'm learning so much and I'm so happy to share the information with you. Well, as promised, I went and I thought about all that they said and y'all as promised, I just had to do a part two. This didn't feel like we had fully answered the question because there was just so much more to discuss. So, yes, we're doing a part two to the question. Do I know what it takes to be in a long term relationship? Before we go into that, let's just run through the points that we covered during our last meet. So, the last time we met and we spoke about, we tried to answer the question, and these were the points that came up: having a lifetime or a consistent mindset. And that came up again. And in other words, it said, don't go into marriage thinking of a way out. So go in having the mindset of forever, because this is what it's going to be forever. Um, we also spoke about what is under your commitment belt. And that's me paraphrasing, of course. Do you have friendship? Do you have long friendships? Have you been committed to your education, to your career, to charity, to a good cause? What have you been committed to that would make you think that, hey, I commit to a relationship for the rest of my life? Are you ready to be vulnerable with somebody, to share your life with that person? Are you ready to compromise? Like giving and take. It's not always your way, but sometimes it has to be the person's giving the person right, even though you know or you think you're right, just for the relationship's sake. Are you ready to do that? And most of all, are you ready to let God be the center of your relationship? Yo, this was some really, really powerful points. And yes, we are going to into part two. I need to know more, y'all. I need to know what else do I need to know when I'm going into a long-term relationship. I feel like this left me with even more questions than it actually answered the question. So y'all tell me, what else do I need to know about going into a long-term relationship? Gonna start with you, Alex. Please unmute your mic.
Okay, for me, first off, it would be religion, right? Or more like I would say spirituality, but between the two. Um, for one reason I would say religion or spirituality. Definitely with those two you'd find your core your morals are the same, are similar or something of that sort. Um, you'd believe in the same thing, basically similar. You'd be more knowledgeable about being equally yoked and unequally yoked. So yeah, I think religion is a big part of it. Um, I have a little story that I'd have to give you to better understand the religion, right?
Feel
So
free.
I was raised in a family where my mother was a Sabbath worshiper, a Saturday worshiper, and my father was a Sunday worshiper. But they lived together. So on Sabbath, I would attend church with my mom, and Sunday morning I would attend church with my dad. And night I would attend Sunday night worship with my mother, and would go on like that for the rest of the week. Now you know how confusing that could be for a child. And plus, you would have to be getting more church shoes and church clothes, because with all that going on, you'd have a child really confused. So you wouldn't really want that for a child. I'm laughing, but it's something really serious. You wouldn't really want a child to be confused as to they'll not really be sure where exactly they're heading to. it's like they'll be living their whole life in some sort of a confusion. Since I'm already on the children thing, my other point would be children, right? Before you get married, you move into marriage, you'd want to have a discussion with your partner as to how many children you would want, what area you think would be the best place to raise those children, how you would think is the best way to, how, meaning the rules and what you'll agree on the way of disciplining those children. That would be that should be a big part of your discussion. And just children on the whole, because you would find parents now bumping heads just because of one believing that they should take that road when it comes to disciplining their child, and the other believes that no, we shouldn't go that way. So that would certainly cause some friction in marriage. So you'd have to deal with that before marriage. With children as well, are you okay with knowing that when you choose to have children with your partner, she won't always look like that diva you once knew? Well, she will still be a diva, but in a different size. Her tummy should have a little pouch. She might gain some weight. She might lose some weight. Her breast might have been up there before, and with gravity and everything, it starts another route. I'm just being real. Are you okay? Are you still going to love your partner with all those flaws? With children, you end up getting stretch marks and all those other things, all those other changes that happens to a woman during childbirth. Are you okay with it? Are you still going to love your partner unconditionally with all those changes that has happened? Are you still going to love your partner for who she is? And are you going to understand that all the time that she wants you to give to you before you had children, that she wouldn't be able to give you so much time again? It would more like say that your lives would be around that child and not about you or her solely, but about what works best for the child, what works best for the family, and not about you and her again. So that's my point for tonight here.
Thank you so much, Alex. You are fully loaded tonight. I have some questions for you, Alex, but I want to go to Pastor Martin first. And then I'm going to start just sending my questions your way. Y'all best be ready for me tonight. I came ready for y'all. Pastor Martin, what do I need to know? What more do I need to know for me to know if I'm ready to take on that long-term relationship, as in marriage?
Well, let me touch on something that we seldom think about only after getting involved in a marriage. However, it is one of the leading causes for divorce based on research, and that is finances. In your singleness or in your courting period, are both parties ensuring that economically they are able to cohabitate together in a relationship and maintain a long-lasting relationship throughout all life's responsibilities. Why? Because the reality is love can't pay the bills and love does not put food on your table, right? So yes, love is there. And yes, love must be a key element within a marriage, but love must dictate that both parties be responsible in ensuring that financially they're able to do life together, right? That will also mean a real conversation in terms of your philosophy on finances. That could be a major challenge if someone is more into saving and someone else doesn't hold that same philosophy. Those things could cause challenges in a relationship. whether you are financially responsible or not. If I give you the account, the joint bank account that we have, would you lose our money? Would you spend all our money out in one day? Those things could cause an immediate breakup in a relationship. So that's important when talking about longevity in a relationship, the finances and how both parties are able to provide for each other during that time. I want to also touch on conflict within a marriage, conflict within a relationship. It would be ignorant of us to believe that we're going to do life together and never face any level of conflict. However, if we are saying that we're in this for a lifetime and that we are partners in this and we love each other, we should be mindful of the words we use and the things that come out of our mouth during anger, as it relates to leaving impressionable marks on your partner that sometimes cannot be remedied with "I'm sorry." And most times, those are the things that cause persons to lose interest in staying in a relationship after years of being mentally and emotionally abused during conflict, based on the words we say. Now, it's not only physical abuse, but verbal, mental, and emotional abuse as well is a key factor in terms of maintaining whether or not a relationship could stand the test of time or not. So I like to say, even though there's an argument, we are not at war with each other. We are not at war with each other. So we should not, even in arguing, behave as if we are up on the opposite side of the battlefield and we are trying to take each other out. That's not the situation. We are trying to get a resolve, knowing that we are on the same side, fighting with the same team. Thank you.
You guys, like if this were like a show, I would just be standing up and giving you guys standing ovations. You guys are giving so much information. It is so good. Alex, I have some questions for you because you brought up some like really good points. However, it leaves some questions. When you spoke about being unequally yoked, like I need you to break that down for me just a little bit more because like what are you even talking about unequally yoked? I'm dating this guy. He's awesome, yo. He's awesome. What was that?
Okay. As a Let me just say, as an individual, we all have our different relationships with God. Some of us, we don't acknowledge his existence at all. Some of us, we depend solely upon him. Some of us, we neither in nor out. We want certain as to what our relationship is with God. You wouldn't want to have somebody, you wouldn't want to be in that place where you have allowed God to use you fully, and you now have somebody who's not even sure as to what exactly they're doing with themselves. They're uncertain of the path that they want to take. In other words, to break it down in simpler terms, a horse and a sheep cannot plow a piece of land. The strengths of each animal is different. The speed is different. So you just cannot use two different animals to do the same work at the same time. The results you will get would not be the best. You would always find yourself and the other individual, you will always find yourself butting heads because you're ready to move forward and the person is still stuck where they are right now. So I don't know if I explained it so you could understand, but basically, yes, that's it. Your relationship, yeah.
I have so many more questions. Sorry, I'm cutting you off because I have more questions for you. So I've gotten the answer for this one. Next question. What if I'm in a place where I am so we're at this place before you say I do, but I'm not sure if I want children. I mean, I'm not totally taking it off of my out of my playlist. It's not like I've not deleted the track, but I'm just not sure if I'm gonna play. What are you telling me? Am I not ready then to say I do if I'm not sure about children? Because I'm looking at the economy and I'm saying, well, this economy, the way things are going, doesn't look like I like it's a safe place or it's a place to bring children into. If the economy gets better, then sure, I will consider having a child. What is your advice for me then in a situation like that? And my partner is like, hey, I want my little one. I want somebody to carry my genes and somebody to carry my name, whatever the case is. What's your advice?
Okay, for me, I would say y'all need to sit and really really talk that out, because sometimes, okay, what if you actually get married and your reply after marriage is that a permanent no, but then your partner still wants it? What are you going to do? That's one reason to one, either your partner would cheat on you and find somebody else to give him that child, or, well, that would disrupt the marriage either way. Your partner would just leave. So I think you should just take some time out, really speak about it. If it really does not blow over, you have not come to one a mutual understanding, then you should just wait it out, or separate. Because it's really not going to work. You guys want different things. It really will not go, it will not work, because you want different things. So wait it out or separate. If it's that bad, separate.
Thank you so much, Alex. Wow. Well, you are not playing with your words at all. Pastor Martin, since Alex has given me straightforward answers, I'm coming to you. You spoke about finances, and you said that it was one of the leading causes why marriages don't work or they end up in divorce. But let's speak to the reality, and I love to do that. We're coming from, say for example, I'm coming from a very poor background. I live in a community. Family is the biggest thing. We don't have much going on. I meet this other guy in the community. Guess what? Family is his biggest thing. He doesn't have much going on. He lives with his mom. I live with my mom. He doesn't. He probably is even he has a single parent. He's only his mom is struggling, and he's there helping his mom along. And I'm here living with my mom. My mom is struggling, and we're just here in a community struggling together. But hey, we meet each other. I'm a pretty girl. He's like, yeah. He's a nice guy. I'm like, mm-hmm. What then? Like we're on this path. We've gotten to know each other. We're growing together, but we don't have much. Can we not say I do?
I really appreciate that question, Nicola, because especially within the Caribbean community, we see that scenario that you have painted there, and what we recognize with our grandparents and our Caribbean forefathers is that they were able to have the same philosophy in terms of making ends meet. So even though they did not have much, they worked hard for what they have, and they were able to be contented with what they have and make it work within the family. So both parties were fully aware of the position. They were aware of their limitations in terms of economics, and they both worked together to make what they have work. The challenge would come there is if someone in the relationship wants more than the economics of the relationship is able to give. So we're talking about putting your hat higher than it could reach. We're talking about keeping up with the Joneses. All these things will create a challenge. But once both individuals have a good work ethic, and they're able to be contented where they are, of course it could work, right? Because everyone does not have the same capability. So of course that could work, but both parties need to be on the same page.
Thank you so much. Well, I love keeping it real. I love the honest and the real responses that you're like giving. Pastor Martin, you also spoke on conflict resolution. And I remember in the last session, the first thing that came to my mind was abuse. What about abuse? I'm going into this with a lifetime mindset. There's no getting out. And here I am, and I am trying to. What would you tell me to look out for if I am in that courting period? Before you say I do, I haven't said that I do yet. What are the things that I need to look out for in my partner to tell me that, hey, this is a relationship that's probably going to end up in me being, or maybe I'm already being verbally abused and I don't recognize it as abuse, me being mentally abused or whatever the type of abuse that's going on, but I'm just, because I'm in love, I'm just letting it slide, or he didn't mean it, or whatever the case may be. What are the signs that I need to look out for that it's either coming or it's already there?
Great, sure. Before I touch that, let me just hit on something from finances as well. It means both parties should also be responsible in terms of their childbearing. If you know you cannot afford 10 children because your economics doesn't provide for it, please find another hobby than making children. I'll leave that right there. So yeah, some of the things you need to look out for, and very important before you get married. Sometimes this normally happens with women. They believe that marriage will change the situation, or the man will suddenly magically change. You want to look out for isolation, for him trying to isolate you from your friends and family very early in the game, right? That is a tactic of an abuser, to keep you in an oppressed state. So you want to look out for that. You want to look out for the level of aggression that they come with when you all have disagreements. Do you as an individual in this relationship have an opinion, or do you always have to acquiesce to their opinion? You want to look out for that. Of course, you want to look out for the raised hands. Let's not play lash. Let's not play lash and then think it was a joke, right? So you want to look out for the reasons as well. And most certainly, if you're not married and that individual is already physically abusing you, do not believe that saying I do will change that. It will actually worsen that situation. So unless that person goes for help and is willing to have some sort of, and you could see a level of mental psychological change, I would not have advised anyone to commit themselves to that type of relationship, putting your life at risk. Here for us in our side of the world, we have seen so many relationships end tragically with the death of the spouse. Most times it's the woman from the abusive husband, so we must be responsible in that, and educate the woman in terms of looking out for the signs of an abuser, and don't think that a child nor marriage will change him.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like this is gold. This is gold. Yeah, I can't add anything. I'm not going to summarize. Viewers, don't think you could just skip to the end and just get the whole video. Watch this video. Watch this video and get everything that they're saying, because this is too much information to miss out on. I'm gonna give each of you about 30 seconds to a minute to just give your final points. Then we're gonna end this video. Alex, please unmute your mic.
When it comes to children, when raising children, as a mother, as a father, like Pastor Martin said, you shouldn't have more than what you can take care of. And it's not only financially. when you're raising children, you want to know that you raise children in the way of God. And you don't want to have too many children that you really cannot spend time with them. You have to be like both the mother and the father have to be out there trying to make ends meet that they barely get to spend any time with their children. How could you raise the children according to the way of God if you don't have sufficient time to spend with them? So I think it's a big thing that you have the amount of children that you really could cater for both financially and physically.
Thank you so much, Alex. Pastor Martin.
Love is both responsible and accountable.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for all this information. I don't even know where to start, so I will just end. Thank you so much, you viewers. Thank you for watching. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is free and this is great information, great advice. If you're at that place, you're dating someone, you're thinking about marriage, you want to get married in the future, you need to have this. You need to have this. So tell a friend, share the link, share with somebody. And for those of you who are on Instagram, you could follow us. Follow remnant.tt, or you could follow me on lady_Nikki to you. Y'all, this is all for you. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the good stuff. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much. Bye.